Hello and welcome to Messy Church. Jesus taught that we should love our neighbour as we love ourselves. This teaching by Jesus is called the second great commandment, and you can find it in your Bible in Matthew chapter 22 verses 39. All the activities for Messy Church today are found in Messy Church 3. You should already have printed off activity sheet 1, activity sheet 2 and activity sheets 3A and 3B. All you need to complete the activities is a pencil or a pen and crayons or felt tips. To help people to understand the importance of loving their neighbour, Jesus told a story. It's called the Good Samaritan, and it's found in Luke chapter 10 verses 25 to 37. Today I'm going to read you the story from the Beginner's Bible. Open the book so that you can see the pictures, and I will turn the pages as we go along. One day a lawyer put Jesus to a test. He said, "I know the law says to love God with all your heart and to love your neighbour as yourself. But who is my neighbour?" And Jesus told him this parable. He said, "A man was on his way to Jericho. Some robbers beat him up. They stole everything that he had. The man was hurt. He needed help. Along came a priest. The priest saw the man, but he did not stop. Along came a helper from the temple. The helper from the temple saw the man, but he did not stop. And then along came a Samaritan man. And when he saw the hurt man, he stopped. The man cleaned up the man's wounds." Turn the page so that we can see the next picture. He lifted the man onto his donkey and took him down the road to an inn. And the man was taken care of all night long. And in the morning, the Samaritan man gave the innkeeper 2 silver coins. And he said, "Take care of him until I return." We turn the page again. When Jesus had finished the story, he asked the people which one of the 3 men was the true neighbour. And the lawyer said, "The one who took care of the hurt man." And Jesus said, "Go and do as he did." In the troubled times today, we've been learning to look after our neighbours. We've been learning that it's really important to help other people as much as we're able. And the activities are all to do with loving our neighbour. The first activity is called "Who is my neighbour?" And this is found on your activity sheet 1. What you need to do is to draw 2 large windows on the house. I'm going to just draw 2 windows on my house. And you should be drawing 2 on yours. You might like to draw a door as well. Here we are, my 2 windows. They're not very straight, but they're 2 windows. Think about the people that live in your village. Is there a family or a person that you would like to be remembered as they spend time at home alone? Draw a picture of these people in your house. Here's my picture, my finished one. And can you see I've got a lady here and I've got a man here. I've drawn some trees. You could draw a garden too. You could decorate your house as much as you liked. Put your drawing where you can see it every day and spend a few minutes thinking about the people that you could help. Our second activity on activity sheet 2 is all about fulfilling the commandment that we've just heard the story that Jesus told. If you remember, Jesus told us to love our neighbour as we loved ourselves. So each day during the coming week, have a think about who you could help in your family. How do you love to be treated? And how could you love other people? So on your sheet, you've got 7 days for the 7 days of the week, starting with Sunday, which is the first day of the week. So on Sunday, you could write, today I loved, and the name of the person the way I wanted to be loved. And then you could do that for every day of the week. And at the end of the time, you could think how you have helped those people and how has that made other people feel. And I think you'll find that they have really valued the way that you have loved them and the things that you have done. Our third activity is about a rainbow, and it's called my rainbow prayer. As I've been walking round Hinstock, I've noticed rainbows in lots of people's houses. I've noticed a rainbow in the shop. And the other day, I looked up when I was coming out of the shop and I noticed that there were rainbows in the school windows as well. I've seen rainbows drawn with chalk on people's walls. I've seen them all over the place. And do you know what? They've made me think how lovely it is to know that people are thinking about others who are less fortunate than themselves at the moment. So you will need for this activity the sheet 3A, which is called My Rainbow Prayer. And you can see, even though I'm an old lady, I quite like colouring, and so I've coloured my picture to create my special rainbow. So starting at the top with red, colour your rainbow, all the arches right the way down to the bottom. And when you get to the space at the bottom, you might like to put a heart in there or a symbol which is special to you. When you've done all your colouring, have a look at activity sheet 3B. And on this, I have written some words. I've started with myself at the bottom and I've written me. On the next arch, I've written family because they're the next people that are closest to me. And then importantly, I've written my friends. And I'm missing my friends, and I'm sure you're missing yours at the moment. And then importantly, on the next arch, I've written my church. And you will know, because you're part of the church family, how important it is to take part in activities, to pray, and to think about people at the moment. And then there's this strange word here which says benefice. And the benefice is the word that means the family of the church in all the villages around. So we're not just thinking about Hinstock, we're thinking about all the villages. And just see if you can remember what those villages are called. On the next arch, I've written local community. So those are all the people who live around us. They might not be close to us as neighbours, but they're living around us and they are part of our wider family or the local community. And then right at the top, I've written world family. I'm sure at the moment, if you've been watching the news on the television, you have seen lots about the coronavirus pandemic around the world. And this gives us an opportunity to think of those people who live far, far away from us. You could use the words that you've written on your rainbow to think about church worship. It's especially useful when we use the intercessions. Intercessions are a time when we ask God to care for other people and ourselves. I hope you've enjoyed Messy Church, and we'll see you again soon.